Okay guys, here we go again. Same place, different day, part 2. I did say if you're nice enough to watch my first video, I will do the decent thing and do a part 2. If I get just enough views that it isn't like a handful, which has happened. So I'm going to do the second part and continue where I left off before. On day 2, part 2, what I've done, the sandwich shelf which I was talking about in the first video, I've taken down and I've put them down here because it's a bit easier for me to access them ones. So we're going to go through them ones first, and then we're going to move on, and with any luck we'll complete the rest of this shelf, because I do go on, don't I? And what looks like something which should only take a few minutes to do goes on for 45 minutes, as it did in the last case. So right, going on, first steelbook, there's two actually, they might just combine them together, and I've got these steelbooks for London Has Fallen and Olympus Has Fallen, which are the Gerard Butler films. They're about the same each. I haven't actually opened this one because I've seen it on Netflix recently, or is it Amazon Prime? There is an ANDREAS Has Fallen as well, which actually was really good. I was surprised how good that was. I just haven't got round to getting that one yet. I believe they never released Steelbook in the UK of that, but it did come out in Germany, something like that. So I'll have to catch up at some point and get that one. And I do believe they have plans to do a fourth movie in the works in some time in the future. So two of them. Then we've got yet another Tom Cruise film, because I am a Tom Cruise fan. This one is Oblivion, set in the future. Another film I saw at the cinema, with a bit of a twist at the end. Won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it, but obviously this film's been out a while, so hopefully you have. And if you haven't, it's worth checking out. It is a good, enjoyable film. I believe this was on Netflix. I don't know if it's still showing on there. So they only seem to have the licenses for 6 to 12 months and then they're gone. So there we go. The Nun, one of the Conjuring universe films. Lots of people don't like this. I really liked it. I thought the atmosphere, the jump scares were really good, and I found it a really good film. I liked it. If you don't, fair enough, but obviously I did, because I own the Steelbook. That was a Germany only Steelbook, that one that came out. Non-Stop, another Liam Neeson film. It's about the only one I haven't got in a wrap, because for some reason he got knocked about and scratched, so it's in a right old state. If you can look at that, it's scratched to pieces. And it's also one of the worst steelbooks I've ever seen in terms of making an effort to make it look good. It's absolutely terrible and shocking, and that, not the reason why I neglected it. It's just the way it was. As it goes, it's actually one of my favourite Liam Neeson action films after Taken. Really enjoyed it, all on a plane with Julianne Moore in it. 9, this is another funny one. I've had this since the start, when it was really hard to get hold of once on Steelbook. Elijah Wood was the voice in this, and there are many other stars. It's a strange one, that one. You've either seen it or you haven't. I don't want to really go into it, but it was alright. Peter Jackson's box office flop, which I actually thought was quite good. This was the German steelbook of Mortal Engines. What's it like on the back? It's got London on the back, because they're all like moving cities on wheels in the future. London being the main one with Hugo Weaving in it. Nice glint in the eye. You see, if you collect her eye carefully, it glimmers really nicely. Right, anyway, so there we are. Tom Cruise again. One of the earliest steelbooks, because it has one of these horrible blue bands across the top. I have a few like that still. Yes, they did do another version like this, but I'm not going to double dip just because I didn't like the top bit of it. It is what it is. The film's still really good. Really good intelligent stories, some limited action fun in certain areas, and great futuristic effects. Minority Report, wonderful film, really enjoyed that one. Right, let's move on to the other one while I'm trying to put these back into sandwich order. We start with, that's odd, okay, let's, alright, I'm going to show you them in different order because of the way they're just set out. This is Pirates of the Caribbean, this is Dead Man's Chest, this is the second one. This was a US Steelbook release. I bought all three at the same time, really hard one to get hold of. The Kraken on the back of it, Dead Man's Chest. First one was a really good film. The others not so good. This one was alright. This one wasn't bad. And the last one, Salazar's Revenge, was really good. Curse of the Black Pearl. That was the first one. Also, one of my favourite steelbooks. I love this image. Also, when I showed you in the other video, if I can zoom in, The poster I put behind the back of my Black Pearl in there too, because I really like this image. Really nice, lovely steelbook. Great film. This is a terrible film. It's a guilty pleasure. It's the remake of Piranha. I have nothing good to say about this film apart from boobs and Kelly Brook. It's a terrible film. I'm not going to go into it. I sinned. Okay, right. Perfume. This is a wonderful film. Very expensive steelbook this cost me, because for some reason they don't make any other decent version of it. This is Perfume Story of a Murderer, and it's got that guy from is he Q in the James Bond films. It's also got Dustin Hoffman and Alan Rickman in it as well. It's a fantastic film. I think it's really long. It's 2.5 hours. Fantastic story, beautifully shot, high budget, wonderful film. I need to watch it again. It's been a good 3 years, and it deserves my attention again. So I'm actually going to put that on my list of watch films soon. Paranormal Activity 3. I only like the first 3 Paranormal Activity films. Not too keen on anything after that. Thankfully they stopped after 5. This is number 3, which was the only one I saw in the cinema, and it's my second best one out of the 5. Number 2 being my favourite one. Pan's Labyrinth, Guillermo del Toro's film, another old steelbook with a blue banner on the top, with the child eater. What a creature he was, with the he puts his eyeballs in his hands so he can see. Nasty. Really good film. Haven't seen that in a very long time. Here's two that I got for my kid, but I end up actually enjoying them just as much as my kids. Paddington 1, which is still sealed because obviously it was on Netflix, so no need to open that up. And Paddington 2, which is also on Netflix. They're as good as one another. This one, because Hugh Grant's just a hilarious villain in it, and this one, it's got the Natural History Museum in it, and Nicole Kidman as the villain. And it's in London because I love London, and yeah, brilliant, absolutely awesome. Right, so we're going to move on to, this is interesting. While I'm putting these away, here's my first ever steelbook. Is it my first ever steelbook I bought, and the second ever steelbook or second video I ever reviewed on my channel many years ago. Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino film with a big, massive cast, and the re-emergence of John Travolta. He was long forgotten, and he come back in this film, and then bang, there he was. I could say even Samuel L. Jackson started off doing really well from the moment he'd done this movie as well. Uma Thurman is on the front, who's a bit of a Tarantino favourite with the Kill Bill film. Predators, the second best out of all the Predator films that I've seen. I really didn't like the new one. I thought that was an absolutely tragic mess. Second one is not bad. First one obviously speaks for itself, awesome, and this one was good. The second one, set in the future and everything, in a game planet. I really liked it, and Adrian Brody was brilliant in it. Predator, Schwarzenegger's best film for me, and iconic creature. Obviously I love this creature because I've got the giant bust of it up there, which I'm soon going to have an artist redo for me and make it even better looking than it is. But Predator, awesome film. Even now, stands the test of time. It's absolutely insane. Priest, another one of my first ever steelbooks. This is Paul Bettany. It's okay, but I can't help feeling that this film needs a second movie. It ended the way it ended. It needs a second movie. It's just odd. It's just strange. One of my few Christmas movies. This is The Polar Express. Do love this film. It's a good film to stick on at Christmas time. No other time, but at Christmas time, fantastic. And then we go on to the last two Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean steelbooks tend to all look the same. They've all got the skull and crossbones on them. Except that one. I was about to say they all look the same, but then that one. So that was the third one. That was at World's End, the worst one. Peanuts and Giant Women, and it's just terrible. On Stranger Ties was the next one after. It had a really good sequence with killer mermaids in it, but was let down by a very bad villain and storyline in the jungle. And Salazar's Revenge, which I actually really enjoyed. I actually thought that was a really nice one, and it's the best steelbook if you want one, because it's all debossed and imaged, and it's got metallic gold paint on it and that, and it looks insanely fantastic. So there we go, that's almost my sandwiches done. Right, that's 3, and the last one of them 3. This is another one that's going to go a little bit. Is it going to go back to front? Because I've got one Resident Evil sitting on the top here, and the other ones are somewhere else, which for some reason I can't see in my collection, which is really strange. Oh yeah, they're moved somewhere else. There you go, I'll have to put them back later. They're totally in the wrong place. I only just realised that doing this collection video. So I have just one sole Resident Evil film, which is Millie Joseph. It's actually find this one to be the best one out of all of the, is it 5? Trashy fun. I'm not saying these are good films, but they're entertaining films. They are entertainment galore. They're just not very good or very scary, but I do like them. Obviously I own them. Whereas Sparrow, it's another film I probably shouldn't buy. I blind buy this because I thought the trailer looked really good, and at the time I liked Jennifer Lawrence films. Now I'm not so keen, but this one has put me off of her. It's quite a disappointment. This one, and there's another one I can't remember. It's something to do with like the Adam and Eve story. I can't remember. Mother, I think it was called. Disappointing. Here's one of my worst ever steelbooks, but one of my best ever films, Ready Player One. They got a 4K steelbook, and it doesn't look much better, the design of it. And here's the keys, and you do get one of the keys, I believe, with the 4K version. But what a great film! It's full of Easter eggs. Spot everyone in it. Ratatouille, one of the few kids films that I've owned, and I love this film. Yeah, I love the cover artwork on it as well. Brilliant. I won't talk much into it, but yeah, good fun. Rare Exports. Not many people have heard of this. It's a Christmas horror film, which was given to me as a gift from a German chap. And it's based, Santa Claus is an evil creature, and it's not all it seems. Santa Claus is not all he's cracked up to be. So interesting. Also on the back, I mean, it's meant to be, if it was in English you would guess no feeding, no drinking, no poison and all of that stuff on the back. It's quite a good steelbook. I actually really like that one. The Raid, they are doing a 3rd Raid. I do not have number 2, but I love number 1. And this is one of my favourite steelbooks. All these little windows are debossed on the building. And what an action-packed, wicked movie this was. Super violent, super fantastic movie. I really loved it. Amazing 3-way fight at the end as well. And the martial art guy, I can't recall his name, he's the nuts in this. He's super hard, he really is, and fast. The Purge, there's 3 of the Purge films in 2 steelbooks. I don't bother. After the 3rd one, I thought it's just the same old thing when I saw the 4th one, so I'm not bothering. But these 3 I actually really enjoyed. I thought they were good fun, very violent. The 2nd one probably my favourite, the one that was out in the city streets. The 3rd one is too, but first one's probably the weakest one, funny enough. They got better after the first one with the 2nd and 3rd one. So there we go. So that's the end of that. And now we're going to move. I think I clobbered through that lot in 10 minutes, is it? I haven't got a clock time on me. But yeah, not bad. Right. Now we're going to move on to steady handheld again. I'm trying it again. But let's see. Okay. Oh, these are quite tight. I'll have to probably take one out. Right, so we got a really super violent film called Revenge. This girl in it takes a serious beating, and it's all the revenge. She gets set up and left for dead, chucked over a cliff. She's got a big branch sticking through her body, but she manages to make it and get back and get her revenge on these 3 horrible, nasty guys. It's a really good movie with a really sexy girl. We're not much on during most of the film, but it's a really good movie, and I believe the girl is the main star in the Rings film as well, so it's really strange to see her in such a different role compared to what she was in that one. Okay, so we got the fantastic 1987 original RoboCop film. Try not to move. Stop moving, Chris. Right, RoboCop. Brilliant film, this, isn't it? It's great film. It's the design. The remake was just god terrible, but this This was brilliant. Even 2 weren't that good, but you know. Right, we got Robin Hood and his Merry Men. This is the Russell Crowe version. It's okay. It's not great. I don't know why. It's alright. It's okay film. Could have been a lot better. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is way better. And there we go. Robin Hood and his Merry Men. This is Prince of Thieves. This is the German one, so it doesn't say Prince of Thieves at the bottom. It says König der Brüder or whatever. But I love the back artwork on that. Look at that. Stunning sort of silhouette of him there. Really nice original poster front artwork. It's actually one of my favourites. I love that Steelbook, and I love the film. It's in probably my top 10 all-time films. I just find it fantastic, and I love it. The soundtrack and everything. The Rock. This is action packed. This is my favourite. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. My favourite Nicolas Cage film. He'd done many great films before he started keep doing straight-to-video movies, and this is one of them. The Rock, fantastic Alcatraz action pack with Ed Harris, great soundtrack, car chases, machine gun fights, punch-ups, and Sean Connery. I've never seen him in a better, tougher role than this one. He was brilliant in it as Mason. Schwarzenegger, one of the other few Arnold Schwarzenegger films that I own. The Running Man. Cheesy as hell fun, but it's brilliant. Still don't understand why this has never had a remake. I'm not big into remakes, but this one could really do with a remake to do justice, because it is set in the future and it visually could look appealing. The Rock could play the Running Man. I think it would be brilliant. You know, just do it. 3 of these you probably won't have heard of. These are called Ryu Kinshin films. And there's 3 of them, and the first one's sort of like a one-off. You know, you can watch it and you don't have to see the others. The other 2 are sort of like a story split in 2, which is why they need 2 of them. And the samurai, fantastic fun. They are subtitled, but I think they're stunning films. Probably the second one's probably my favourite, but I love them all, and I'll have to revisit them one day. Okay, if you live in the UK, this film has been played to death recently on ITV2. They keep playing it on television all the time. I think it's had 3 times in a week, and this is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson's San Andreas with my gorgeous, what's her name? So gorgeous that I can't even remember her name. Alexandra Daddario is in it as well, my favourite looking actress. And it's really good fun for one of those films where everything goes wrong to do with the Earth disaster. Good. Safe House, I don't know if I'm going to keep that. It's an okay film. It's Ryan Reynolds and Denzel Washington. Need to see it again first to decide. I haven't seen it in a long time. Saving Private Ryan, one of my all-time favourite World War II films, with a big all-star cast and the most epic war fight ever in the first 20 minutes of the film on Ohama Beach, Dog Sector 1. Fantastic, great movie. Here is the other Resident Evil films, which for some reason my other one didn't go with them. This is Resident Evil Apocalypse, number 2, set in the city, set in mostly in the deserts and Las Vegas. Extinction. Really done well that still, but it sort of looks like a 3D effect on that one. Afterlife, my second favourite of the Resident Evil films, also has the best 3D I've ever seen. Retribution looks very computer gaming, more than all the others with the little sectors and the different cities under a dome. And the worst one for me, which is a shame because it's the last one, how can it be the worst one? For me, didn't like it, Final Chapter. Just something about it, I'm just really disappointed with it. It's a shame, the last one should be the best one, but yeah. Okay, one of the all-time best serial killer films, Seven. That's right, that was Kevin Spacey and Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. Fantastic movie with the 7 sins. I own just 2 Scream films. Scream 1, here we go. Ghostface, good movie, good soundtrack, good cast, really enjoyable. And then I skipped number 2, which I didn't like. 3 I don't have, which actually isn't a bad film, and 4 I have, and I can't remember the actress, but she signed it at the front. She's the blonde girl in it who
Actually, her name is on here. Hayden Panter. She signed it, and it's on the front of it. I think I asked her to sign it on the back, but the stupid cow signed it on the front. Okay, Season of the Witch, another Nicolas Cage film. This is a good film. I like this one. Set in the old times of witches and demons. Serenity, if you're into the space type films, this was pretty good fun. The movie version of the of the series, which I can't remember, but Alan Tudyk's in it anyway. The Shallows, great shark film. I really like this. Blake Lively. It's the only Blake Lively film I've ever seen, where she's stuck in a rock with this horrible white shark who's just hunting her. He just won't leave her alone. We've got Shaun the Sheep, comical fun. It's still sealed up, but yeah. Cornetto Trilogy #1 is Simon Pegg's Shaun of the Dead. 2 Sherlock Holmes films, and they are doing a third one, which has obviously been delayed. But I look forward to the third one. But Sherlock Holmes 1 and Sherlock Holmes 2, Game of Shadow, one of my all-time favourite films, and Tim Burton film. Sleepy Hollow, the Gothic masterpiece. Absolutely love this film. A headless horseman on a horse in the woods. What is better than that? Signs, good film. Very enjoyable. Mel Gibson. I really enjoyed it, and that little jump at the end when you saw the alien on the TV. Good soundtrack. Cornfields and Signs. Very good movie, and in the end the alien's scared of water. How about that? 2 James Bond films in Steelbook form is Spectre and Skyfall. Spectre I didn't like very much. Skyfall I thought was one of my very best James Bond films. I don't actually have a list of which are my favourite James Bond films, but Skyfall would be one of them. Shape of Water, one of my best ever looking steelbooks. I think the artwork to this and being able to put it on print onto a steelbook is absolutely amazing. I think it's stunning. I think it goes around, yeah it does, it goes around the back of it as well, but it's amazing. A close up of it, it's really good film. Not everyone likes it, but I do. Stargate, only Roland Emmerich film I actually think's any good, and it's a brilliant film with Kurt Russell. It's your Stargate. Rogue One, Star Wars, sits all alone because obviously it doesn't go with my steelbooks. So I don't have any other Star Wars steelbooks. Sucker Punch. What's better than 5 hotties in 5 different lands fighting all types of monsters, from dragons to giant samurai robots? Brilliant. Good film. Extended cut. Love it. Super 8 sort of reminds me of a E.T. type monster film in the 80s with young kids. Really good, really enjoyable, and first film I saw with Elle Fanning in it, and she's gone on to be massive. Sweeney Todd, another Tim Burton film, I believe. Johnny Depp again, as always, and Helen Bonham Carter, because every Tim Burton film has those actors and actresses in them. Really good. Musical. 300 and 302. I'm kind of disappointed with 302. Good action, but the main character's very disappointing. Very boring. It's just not very exciting. Taken, Liam Neeson's best action film. I believe one of his first action films that he's done, which has pioneered him right up to the very top in terms of action movies. An actor who can do action and fight. Tears of the Sun, I haven't removed it from the seals. A really good Bruce Willis film in the jungle. Quite graphic at times. 10,000 BC is something I need to get rid of. It's an okay film, but I don't know why I've still got it. Then we have 4 Terminator films. Salvation, Terminator 3, yeah I know, Talks of the Hand, it is bad. Terminator 2, excellent. This actually glows in the dark, this cover. I've got a glow in the dark version of it. And Terminator 1, which I believe sold out from whoever I bought it from at the time really quickly, so I was lucky to get hold of it. But nowadays steelbooks, they just keep making them over and over again, so they no longer become rare and expensive like they used to be. Shame really if you're a steelbook collector. Okay, 3 more. Underrated Tomorrowland with George Clooney, very good. Tomb Raider, really looking forward to the sequel. which I don't know when that's going to be out, if that's got the delayed treatment as well. And the prequel to The Thing. I do have the original Thing a little further along in a special box set, but that's good for a prequel. Normally they are not very good at all. Right, almost got there. Way, last of the Steelbooks. Wow, I've made it. Don't I prattle on? Right, okay. Top Gun, Tom Cruise again. Another iconic 80s movie. You know, I look forward to the second one. That should have been out of the cinema next month, but it won't be. Total Recall. This is the remake, not the Arnie version. I actually liked it. It's Colin Farrell. Here's the sequel to Tron, Tron Legacy. Brilliant. Really love that. Good action film. Still has Jeff Bridges in it. Troy is one of those big epic movies like my others, like Gladiator and Kingdom of Heaven. This is Brad Pitt. The only one who couldn't act in the entire cast, by the way. It just made him look worse. 2020 is another one of them disaster movies with John Cusack. I don't know why I've got that. It's another film that I might get rid of. Under the Skin is the weirdest fucked up film that I own. It's Scarlett Johansson, and it's just weird right from the titles and the sound as the titles come up, and it looks like a diluted eyeball, but you're not sure if it is. And weird things popping underwater. It is a strange film, but it's interesting at the same time. And it's the only film where you get to see Scarlett Johansson completely naked. Underworld Evolution, which was Underworld number 2. Actually my favourite out of the Underworld films. Underworld Awakening, which I believe was the 4th film. Underworld Bloodline, the 5th film and the last one. Good film. Unknown, another Liam Neeson film where all of a sudden is his wife really his wife? She denies it and he thinks he's losing his mind. Really good. I enjoyed that film. V for Vendetta, brilliant film. Wachowski brothers at the time done the action sequences at the end, and Hugo Weaving was the man under the mask. Brilliant film. This is still sealed up. I don't want to unseal it for some reason. Is it 13 Arrows or something? It's a very good foreign film given to me by a friend a long time ago. Okay, Wanted. Again, it's another film I'm not so sure I want to keep anymore, with curving bullets. Warhorse, brilliant film. Probably won't have heard of it, not everyone has, but there was a play in London for this as well. Very good. World's End. This is Simon Pegg's 3rd of the Cornetto trilogy and one of my best ever looking steelbooks. World War Z, the film that never got to have a sequel, which I really wanted. Brad Pitt's really good in this. His acting's brilliant. His zombies are amazing. Zero Dark 30, the hunt for Bin Laden, which they got in the end. Brilliant film. Right from the start, it starts right when the Twin Towers was destroyed, all the way to the very end in his own house where they kill him. Good riddance. Right, Zombie Flesh is an 80s or is it 70s cult classic movie, and The X-Files, Fight for the Future, and I Want to Believe. I do believe there was a 3rd one as well, but this is the first 2. Fight for the Future is the best one. Okay, right, so we've got a Magnificent 7 box set here. That comes with a hip flask, a sheriff badge, and obviously the movie inside. This is the remake, not the original version. I haven't seen the original version. Embarrassing, isn't it? Right, so we've got the Snow White films, Snow White and the Huntsman and A Winter's Tale, both in 2 of the most... Actually, the steelbooks are so beautiful, I want to show you them actually. They're stunning inside here. It comes with booklets and all other business, but here they are. Look absolutely stunning. There's no artwork to spoil them or anything. They're metallic-y looking, and they look really, really nice. Even the back artwork of them as well. Brilliant. Good movies as well. I don't mind the movies. I think they're actually both good. Chris Hemsworth is in both of them. Charlize Theron is in both of them as well. Right, then we got a classic. This is one of my favourite box sets. It's great fun. It's the Willy Wonka box set. It's got so many good fun things in it, like the golden ticket. It's got a race of rubbers that smell like raspberry and strawberry in it, a pencil case, good art booklet of everything. It's just great fun. I absolutely love that box set. American only. This is the Alfred Hitchcock box set, which has, I think, over 20 Alfred Hitchcock films. All the famous ones are inside. I think the only one that's not in there is North by Northwest. Beneath it I've got I Am Legend, which is the Will Smith film, which I've already got a steelbook of. This one's the American one, and this was given to me, so that's why I own it. And to the right is another epic movie, which is Ben-Hur, the Charlton Heston version, not the terrible remake version which was made just for the chariot race. Brilliant movie, that one. And sitting down the bottom, I think I can close the video up now and save the ANDREAS and the other box sets for the other video. So we got Jaws. It's got a steelbook in it. It's the original Jaws, obviously, not the first, the second one or anything like that. From Dusk Till Dawn. That's got a stunning steelbook inside it as well, and little shot glasses and stuff. Sin City 1 and 2 is in there. Steelbooks of both of them. Good films. Need to watch the second one. Still haven't watched it. I only watched the first one. Then we got the Dark Knight trilogy. DC. I'm not massive into the DC stuff, but this one, the Dark Knight trilogy, is brilliant. Batman Begins my favourite out of the three, but I like Dark Knight Rising also. Really good. Comes with the bike and the bat and all of that. Grandmaster is a film with subtitles. It's a bit similar, like he is the Ip Man guy. Then we've got the Titanic box set. There we go, Titanic. Whee! That'll sink. Right, and the James Bond. So this contains all the James Bonds from 1 to 20 or whichever it is, up to Daniel Craig, Quantum of Solace, I believe, and then Skyfall and Spectre you saw up. I had on a steelbook form. So there we go. Here we are. I've done it. I managed to get through it. I don't know how long that one took. I don't believe I bored you for 45 minutes, but I did cover it. Then I've got the Harry Potter one here, which I'll do a separate video of because there's too much stuff in there, and that'll go on for 45 minutes just for that alone because I like to talk. Then we've got these ones down here, which I'll show you in the third video if obviously I get any views on this video, and then all the ANDREAS, and there's a lot of ANDREAS, so a lot of more quality fun movies in that. So there we go. I'll close it up now. Thanks very much for coming back again, and if you've come to this one first and not part one, check out part one if you want. Drop some comments and lines and thumbs ups or thumbs down, I don't care, and I'll hear from you soon, and keep staying safe, and I'll see you later.